Aaron is the Vasu baking. Yes. It's live on.
Okay, Jen, sending to you now.
Okay.
We focus on her.
Colors, you always
Oh, 现在 is just the.
You mean the last string here?
那个展示屏幕可以放在。
No need to get because Eugene here and the fashion office.
是你开小的。
Hi, I'm testing my audio. In fact, US-China tension. Okay, in fact, US-China tension.
Test live stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the
I was
topic
thinking,
discussed
do you
during the
want to sit
H1
up?
market
I
outlook
will just talk to
as
you.
well? Aaron, it
Then you
was
can watch
mentioned
from
that the
outside.
market becoming less sensitive to US-China tension. Is this view still aligned for the next half of
the lower parts
2023?
are okay with you also. But they did mention that they extend the topic and change the. So should be okay.
I off that mic, okay? Because anyway, Nico is sitting out to watch the test. I off this mic. Because Nico is need to sit out to watch the test. Yeah.
Hi.
Okay, actually, just leave on because I want to.
Just leave
I
on?
want to test the noise. Oh, you know, that's the issue last.
Yesterday, right? Can on.
That was on here. Okay. So you see, you can try to align it.
Okay. In fact, US-China tension was a topic discussed during the H1 market outlook as well. Aaron, it was mentioned that the market becoming less sensitive to US-China tension. Does this view still align for the next half of 2023?
Sounds good. I think it's just the behind of this noise.
Oh,
Yeah, but I think we just have to roll it up.
lost.
Number 3. Okay, I think we just focus on the whole sequence. So we're doing intro. We're doing intro. Yes.
How has the market outlook changed since first half of 2023 against the backdrop of the geopolitical situation, inflation, and the interest rate? Join us in this session as we sit with our panel of experts to discuss and make sense of how investors can navigate in this landscape. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Kara Yo, Senior Equities Dealer at OCBC Securities and the moderator of today's session. I would love to give a warm welcome to the speakers with me for the H2 Market Outlook today. Together with me is Samuel Wong, Trading Strategist at Wealth Advisory, OCBC, Carmen Lee, Head of OCBC Investment Research, Tommy Xie, Head of Greater China Research at OCBC Global Treasury, and replacing Vasu Menon, who is unable to join us tonight, is Aaron Chui, Head of Wealth Advisory at OCBC Bank. The US-China tensions, Russia-Ukraine war, and news about Taiwan Strait are some of the geopolitical issues that persist till this day. From economic sanctions, trade bans to deteriorating relationships between countries, these global events have ripple effects on the various markets around the world It is important to take note of how these events unfold and how they might impact markets, trade flows, and the performance of companies and sentiments. With geopolitics topping headlines week on week, the consistency shows that these issues are here to stay. In fact, US-China tensions was a topic discussed during the H1 market outlook as well. Aaron, it was mentioned that the market becoming less sensitive to US-China tension. Does this view still align for the next half of 2023? This is here, right? Oh no.
Do I go?
Yeah, I can just bring your mic underneath.
Okay, okay.
I can just bring go over so that we can try our angles.
So I go over.
Yeah, I go.
Okay. The markets will probably be less sensitive if we get more of the same and no escalation in tensions. This is because markets tend to react negatively to geopolitical events if they are new, but the relationship between the US-China has been tense for several years and is not totally new. Nevertheless, there has been significant escalation in tensions that result in even more sanctions that could hurt the US and Chinese economies. Then markets will react negatively, so we continue to keep an eye on US-China tensions and are cognizant of the fact that they can still impact markets down the road.
What are your thoughts on the implications arising from the Russia and Ukraine war, and will this drag out?
There is no end in sight for the war, and there is no clarity on when it will end. However, the good news is that the markets appear to have come to terms with the fact that the war will remain a risk, but not something which will derail markets. So after the sell-off last year, in part due to Russia and Ukraine war, markets have regained their footing this year and have been able to post decent gains in the first half. The key takeaway is that markets are a discounting mechanism, and investors have had time in 2022 to internalize the risk associated with the war and are now more prepared to move forward to focus on more fundamental factors.
You mentioned earlier this year that China HK rallied 1.5% from late October to January and expressed some concerns over the
Sustainability of the HK rally. Beside the policies you mentioned that is needed to sustain, earnings visibility also come under your radar screen. Any impact on the US market earnings?
Share briefly on the HK Exchange quarterly EPS and also China SSE on its annual semi-EPS outlook. You can also talk about the US S&P and how it's doing, earning outlook for US, China, Hong Kong, comparing the past and future, beside fundamental earnings, global trade relationships.
Okay. Zooming into the Chinese geopolitical issues, news channels are revolving around the Taiwan Strait tension. Tommy, what are your thoughts on that issue?
There is still no end in sight for the war, and there is no clarity on when it will end. The Taiwan Strait is a huge issue that has been debated among Chinese politicians, and is also an issue of concern.
What is the impact of present geopolitical risks on trade flows? Any new directions on trade flows?
We can talk about the VIX angle, gold price angle, market tone over recent year low.
Carmen, what are the effects of these geopolitical risks in different countries in Singapore?
Actually, Singapore is a relatively safe haven, so yeah, investors can totally invest their money in Singapore, and yeah, relative to other countries, Singapore is pretty safe.
Okay. Moving on to our next topic, interest rate environment and the speculation of potential hikes or pauses have been a concern of markets, often signaling to how financial markets may perform in the near future, and also pivots market expectation with how the interest rate is positioned. With much talk about the US federal elevated interest rates, how is the interest rate environment in the US? Are we expecting another rate pause?
I don't know how to answer that question, but I'll talk about macro view, inflation, imbalance leading to mismatched expectations, FMOC, and the sharing of the remaining of the FMOC, as well as the BOS view.
Yeah, should we just do like
One-liner.
one line?
Actually, if you ask me, I think whatever we did was a good decision for everyone.
Hi, Kara.
You can
Oh,
put
so you
your
can-
things over at the red
Yeah.
chairs. Should we try the ending, the 3-4 frames?
Yeah, can. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go for ending.
Oh, that's you, right? That's Kara.
Yeah.
Does Kara want to practice?
Color. We do one more just to check the frames first, then we let her do.
Which one? The which
At the
part?
back. Because they need to flash the.
Last question. Oh, okay.
Starting from thank you to our panel.
Thank you to our panel. Okay. Okay. Start now.
Ready? Camera on. Yeah. Ready and 3, 2, 1.
Thank you to our panel of market experts for this insightful session. To our viewers who joined us online on our YouTube live stream channel, thank you for joining us tonight for the 2023 H2 Market Outlook session. If you are joining us from the live stream, you should be seeing a pop-up that shows you the steps you can take to contact your OCBC Securities Trading representative. We are also active on social media. You are currently tuning into our YouTube channel, but do follow us on our other socials such as LinkedIn to stay updated with events, and tune into our Spotify and Apple podcasts for frequent market insights with our experts. Subscribe and follow us through these channels and turn on push notifications to stay abreast with latest developments in the market.
Okay.
Hi. Brandon office. Brand is yours. Yeah, no, but it's always on. Do you know? Yeah, I don't think it's yours. So I think it's okay.
If you can just try and keep somewhere that the mic is facing up. This is what's
Ew, how to click now? You can hear?
you can try. I think
Can? Is it can?
the other side.
Like that?
Realize that it was
In my head?
No, I need to press.
I don't think we need to keep by right. This one is supposed to.
Mm.
I think now we
Put in the bag.
not need.
Okay.
Just leave it behind.
No, you are, you talk to me.
Can see behind a bit more.
Mm. Do you have furniture for the table? I can put on my table. The higher, like a higher table, then I can like put on my things. !aiyo! So. Hey, where's my paper? Your leh? Where's behind?
We need to. We will stand there later. We are testing our own like a test run. Just to make sure we can hear you and there's no
Okay.
audio issue.
Okay. How let's see.
Sorry, I was curious about. Brandon, allow me to mic her up. Okay, so like to mic her behind. So like outside. So we hide behind the razors.
This one?
Yeah, this picture I'm keeping.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll be leaning on the cushion, I think. Oh, you want to? I didn't know lah.
Sure. So yeah, just wait please. So this one always go behind. Okay. Let me do from your okay. You see you can hide let me do open up, so just lift up your let me bring my tape.
No tape, is it?
Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna tape something together so that it fits the mic.
Oh, okay.
So you're wearing this throughout, right?
Yeah.
Just give me a moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Just feel comfortable for you?
Won't see that one. Okay.
Then I will just need your help to.
Huh.
So later when you walk around, I think just you can pass us you can just hold the mic back around.
Okay.
If you want to go toilet, just let us know. Then we can happy to remove it.
Okay.
But
So
just hide it
now-
behind. Yeah. Do you have a pocket here?
No,
I
no
thought so.
pocket.
Yeah, I think just put it behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to use the jacket to cover it. Yeah, put it behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure it goes behind the
The
jacket.
wire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to do a quick audio check. Maybe you can just read through the first paragraph that is in your textbook. We can do your introduction.
I can just start anytime, right?
I just want to test your audio, so let me just read out like your introduction.
Okay. How has the market outlook changed since first half of 2023 against the backdrop of political situations, inflations, and interest rates? Join us in this session as we sit with our panel of experts to discuss and make sense of how investors can navigate in this landscape. Sit down.
Sounds great. I think we can start with
What?
So, Kara, so we will be
How has the market outlook changed since the first half of 2023 against the backdrop of geopolitical situations, inflations, and landscape? Oh, say wrongly. Sorry. That's all. Join us in this session as we sit with our panel of experts to discuss and make sense of how investors can navigate in this landscape. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Kara Yo, Senior Equities Dealer at OCBC Securities and the moderator for today's event. I would love to give a warm welcome to the speakers with me today. We have Mr. Samuel Wong, Trading Strategies, Wealth Advisory at OCBC Bank, Ms. Carmen Lee, Head of OCBC Investment Research, Mr. Tommy Xie, Head of Greater China Research at OCBC Global Treasury, and replacing Mr. Vasu Meena, who is unable to join us today, we have Mr. Aaron Tree, Head of Wealth Advisory, OCBC Bank. Okay. The US-China tensions, Russian-Ukraine war, and news about the Taiwan Straits are some of the geopolitical issues that persist till today. From economic sanctions to trade bans to deteriorating relations between countries. These global events have ripple effects on the various markets around the world. It is important to take note of how these events unfold and how they might impact markets, trade flows, and the performance of companies and sentiments. US-China tensions was a topic discussed during the first half market outlook. So Aaron, what's your take on this, where people have been talking about market becoming less sensitive to the US-China tension stories? Does this still align for the next half of 2023? What are your thoughts on the implications arising from the Russian and Ukraine war, and will this drag out? Sam, you mentioned earlier this year that the China-Hong Kong rally 45 to 50% from late October to sometime this year in January, and expressed some concerns over the sustainability of the Hong Kong rally. So based on today's context, apart from the geopolitical factors, if we were to look at earnings, what is your take on the earning impacts on the Hong Kong and US? Zooming into Chinese geopolitical issues, Tommy, any thoughts on the news wires which is keep revolving around the Taiwan Straits? With that, Sam, what is the impact of the present geopolitical risks on trade flows?
Sorry, yeah, we are pretty much good on our end. You can just do your own trial
Okay,
if you want to.
okay, good.
So maybe.
Okay. So I'm supposed to.
Just do me a favor. Let me just put the very first portion. How has the market outlook changed? Just the introduction all the way until you are introducing Aaron.
All the way until Aaron.
So
Okay.
you can end that, show that these issues are here to stay. So before.
Issues are here to stay.
Or do you want to just go all the way until you hand over to Aaron?
Oh, so just the first part of the introduction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll be trying that. So we will.
How has the market? How has the market outlook changed since the first half of 2023 against the backdrop of geopolitical situations, inflations, and interest rate? Join us in this session as we speak with our panel of experts to discuss and make sense of how investors can navigate in this landscape. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Kara Yo, Senior Equities Dealer at OCBC Securities and the moderator for today's session. I would love to give a warm welcome to our speakers tonight. We have Mr. Samuel Wong, Trading Strategies, Wealth Advisory at OCBC Bank, Ms. Carmen Lee, Head of OCBC Investment Research, Mr. Tommy Xie, Head of Greater China Research at OCBC Global Treasury, and replacing Mr. Vasu Menon, who is unable to join us today, we have Mr. Aaron Chui, Head of Wealth Advisory at OCBC Bank. Tired. What? junk. So only the first seconds I look at the camera lah. After that, only lah. Do I have to look when I'm here?
When she's introducing herself, Bianca will read out. Then I will love your time reading. Then after that, can you take them?
Oh, so here actually the pen is the whole.
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh, so I actually don't have to look at yeah. So this I can just talk to them like. Okay. Okay. Ah?
Of course, you missed out the bank, is it? You missed out a bank here.
Which one?
For the sale. Added the bank.
Oh.
Oh, but his bank.
Bank. Okay, so bank.
I think if you are nervous later, like, just talk slower. It's okay.
Okay.
Just take your time and then like smile more. Yeah.
Makeup weird.
Not later, I take picture, not later.
So Carmen is beside me and Carmen? No, Sam ah. Aaron, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so in the case that like really he told me, right, don't worry. Wait for him to just
This one's so funny. This one is like the Bloomberg TV.
What else do we have to do anything? Or anything you want to go through? Once the camera works lah, okay, then mic center need the rest time. Then they will recalibrate this on your volume.
Okay. Oh, okay. But I'll just look at my iPad. Read lah. Oh, very long.
Which part you want to read everything?
Huh? Which part?
You want to read everything from iPad?
No. The questions.
Oh, okay.
And I think the intro part, just in case I missed some.
Okay. Then you want